4, Watford nil. Yeah, probably the most surprising performance I've seen in ages. Obviously, Watford are terrible, but given the kind of mood of the club, I think everyone kind of expected this to be a bit harder than it was. And it's mad how football changes, really, isn't it? Because now all of a sudden you look at the fixtures and go, okay, you've got that Watford one out of the way. Everton, Leeds, Villa, Newcastle, they're all very winnable games. And now all of a sudden you look at the table and go, okay, we're still in eighth, granted, but you can kind of see it gives you something to fight for. Obviously, Villa are winning right now, and they could still overtake us, but the whole mood changes. You know, everyone was moaning midweek about Keanu Hover and stuff, and it's nice that's gone out of the way. And it was just the most un-Wolves performance. We played well at home. We had clinical finishing. No one had a bad game. There wasn't any dodgy refereeing decision. We took our chances. You know, XG only had the game at 1.2. I don't know how Watford had 0.5 XG. Did they even have a shot on target? I don't know. But the lineup came out, and I'm not going to lie, I was a bit disappointed, to be honest. It was 3-4-3 again. And I was kind of just looking at it and going, really? Like 3-4-3 again? Like, I understood why Johnny started. I thought he'd get substitute. I was very surprised he didn't get substitute quite early. I thought he'd go for a midfield three. He didn't. And it felt a bit boring, to be honest. I wasn't that excited going into it. However, obviously it played brilliantly. Hwang, I thought Roman Saves the only player that had a bit of an off game. Everyone else was great. Willy Bolly for the first time in God knows how long playing a Wolves game. And he looked the old Willy Bolly, which was nice to see because under Nuno towards the end, he was still great. Obviously, of course he was. But there was a clear decline. And obviously with Kilman's drop off in form, it felt like the right thing to do. And that Watford at home is a very easy fixture for him to come into, and you can go, okay, if he does well, then he can keep that place. And you can't drop him after that game. If anything, if Kilman comes in against Everton, it should be from Roman Sainz, not Willy Bolly. Ain't Nuri coming in helps. Like, I've got nothing against like Fernando Marçal. He's fine. He's a perfectly fine Premier League footballer, but Ain't Nuri just gives you something different. I'm not even saying this was like his best performance or anything, but he just gives you an extra kind of outlet. You know, Hwang, I don't think he had an incredible game, but he was pivotal for the first goal. I think he faded a bit. He looked a bit tired, but he had a good game. Jimenez's touch was better. He was just linking up play. Podence was great. It felt like everything went right today. And obviously we've got Everton next. Everton have had a whole week off, which is a bit of a concern. Actually, no, let's speak about the goals. And the thing is as well, this game started a bit dodgy. Like in the first 5 minutes, Nuri gave away a penalty, or he would have if it wasn't offside. And it was really stupid from Nuri. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you doing this? And it kind of just felt like, oh my God, it's going to be another one of them days again. Ben Foster. Oh, and I forgot to say about Ben Foster, but oh my God. There was that clip on Twitter of his podcast a few weeks ago, and he was saying how scary Molineux is and how shook he was by it. And what, like 2 weeks later, like he actually genuinely looked terrified of Molineux. And I'm very excited to see his vlog come up. You know, his last one, Saka and Arsenal ruined my day. I wonder what it's going to be this time. What Podence lobs me from 30 yards. And the Ruben Neves goal as well. When I saw it in real time, I thought it took a deflection, to be honest with you. And I was just like, oh, okay, it's just one of them. But the audacity on Ruben Neves to do that. Like, I don't rate Ruben Neves as highly as some of people do. I think he's replaceable. And I wouldn't be that bothered if we sold him in the summer and got good money. But moments like that just make you kind of ignore logic and just want you to keep him. In my eyes, anyway. Not in an insulting way, but the first goal, Hwang did really well on the left, played Jimenez, good finish. It was an okay finish. It wasn't like an incredible one or anything, but he got it done, needed that bit of luck. It felt like a goal we were scoring at the start of the season when Hwang was on that good run. I think it was one against Everton he scored. It was very similar to that. Or the disallowed one, anyway. The other one, what was the second? I don't even remember what the second goal. Oh, the Nuri own goal. Yeah, like it was fine. And obviously Ben Foster took a massive L, which I think everyone took pleasure in. But it just felt like we deserved that game. You know, after the Keanu Hover stuff, after all the moaning, and rightly so, we played terribly over the last 4 games. Bruno didn't really change anything. It's not that this system's any different. It just, I don't know, I think this game was so important because if the players didn't respond to Bruno's criticism of basically all of them, and we lost this game like 2-0, then all of a sudden it feels like unjustified and it didn't work. And then you could go, oh, Bruno, you managed this really badly. And then all of a sudden that's 4 games in a row where you've lost. But no, clean sheet, no injuries, 3 goals, Willy Bolly back, Ben Foster in the mud. It was probably the perfect home performance. And now on to Everton, who are terrible. They've got no form. If we start like that against Everton at Goodison, get the crowd against them, the end of the season could be fun. Because it was starting to look like This season might fizzle out a bit, but no, it looks like we can go on a run now, and it was a really good performance from the boys. Still an eighth, but that's fine. We're probably going to be eighth probably for the rest of time. Enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and yeah, peace.